Hello everyone. So today we will be studying English, and in English we will be starting with the basic English, in which we are going to cover the very first topic, noun, today. So what is noun? Noun क्या है? Noun is the name of any person, place, thing or idea. Noun is the name of any person, place, thing or idea. That is noun. So all the names in the universe, for example, I can say that this is the board, this is marker, I am studying here. For example, I say Delhi, India. All these names are nothing but noun. Okay, so noun is the name of anything. Now, next point is types. How many types of noun are there? So we can divide all the names in the universe into different 5 categories. One by one we will be covering them. So first category in noun is proper noun. First category is proper noun. Second category is common noun. What are these? We will be covering these types in the upcoming lecture series. So second category is common noun. Third category is collective noun. Fourth category is material noun. Fourth category is material noun. And then your fifth category, last one, is abstract noun. Abstract noun. So now these are different 5 categories in which we will be dividing all the names in the universe. Okay, first is proper noun, second is common noun, third is collective noun, fourth is material, fifth is abstract noun. So what is proper noun? Which type of names, which type of noun will be involved in this category? Okay, so we will be starting with the very first category. So we will be starting with the very first category, and that is your noun, and the first category is proper noun. So proper noun, as its name indicate, will be including all those names which are used for the particular person, place, thing or idea, which are used for specific person or place. Okay, so they will be targeted, so used for particular person, or you can say place, specifically if we talk. So these two will be involved here. For example, if I will say, Ram, if I will say Sham, if I will say Delhi, then what are these? These are used for some specific person or some specific place. That's why they are known as proper noun. Now let's come to second category, that is your common noun. That is your common noun. So in common noun we will be including all those words, all those names which we can use for more than one person at a time. For example, used for, you can say common words. These are commonly used for more than one person or place at a time. Understand the difference. For example, if I will say Ram and Sham, so I will say boy. So if I will say boy, if there are two boys are there, if I will say boy, both of them will consider that probably they will be calling for me. Okay, so all the boys in the class, they will get this sense that teacher can call me. Next, if I will say city, Delhi can be one of those cities. If I say Kota, if I say Mumbai, if I will say Bangalore, all these names will fall under this category, city. So city is that term, city is that name which can mean more than one place. Getting my point? So these are not used for targeted place. These are common words, okay? Unlike proper noun will be targeting some particular space or person. Common noun will be used commonly and it can mean more than one place or person, okay? Chalo, so we covered two categories here. Now we will be covering next type. Now we will be covering next type, that is your third type, and that was collective noun. That was collective noun. Now, which type of nouns, which type of name will fall under this category? Okay, let's understand this. So as its name indicates, collective noun, this category will be involving all those words which mean more than one person. For example, if I will say jury, for example, if I will say team, for example, if I will say class, this word class, it means group of students, okay, group of students. If I say team, it means group of players, it means group of players. Class means group of students. Agree? Jury, what is jury? Group of judges, okay? Group of judges. So you can observe what common thing from here. आप क्या observe कर सकते हैं? You can consider, you can understand one thing from here, that this word jury, team, class, all these words are single word is written, but it is meaning or it is indicating more than one person in itself. It is involving more than one person. If I am saying team, I am saying the group of players. I want to convey this meaning through this word. If I am saying class, I want to convey that group of students is there. So my motto to use this word is to express this thing. So आपका collective noun होगा. Your collective noun will be involving or will be including all those words which are having multiple persons hidden within them. So these are those terms which are having multiple person hidden within this term, okay? So that is your collective noun. Now next category, that is your fourth one. Fourth category is, let's make the color same throughout, okay? Fourth category is your material noun. So as its the name indicate, material, this term is written here, material. So we used to use this term material at multiple sites. For example, if I will say that if I will go to some shop to buy some good shoes, and if I don't like that brand or company, then I will say that I don't like this brand because they don't use good material. Right? If I will go to buy some flat or some home, okay, then sometimes if I don't like the builder, then I will say that I don't want to go for this particular builder because they don't use good material in their construction. So materialistic world, or you can say materialistic things, will be involved in this category. For example, let's write down its definition. Materialistic things. ठीक है? For example, if I want to make it more clear, if I will write wood, if I will write plastic, if I will write gold, so all these things are nothing but material. So this type of name, ठीक है, will be involved or will be categorized under material noun category. Last one is abstract noun. Last type of your noun is abstract noun. Which type of words are involved or categorized under this particular type? Abstract noun will be having all those type of words, all those words which we can feel but we cannot touch physically. For example, let's make it more clear through one example. For example, if I will say that sad, I say happy, I say sorrow. So these are the feelings, okay? If I will say anger, ठीक है? So if I will use these terms these are nothing but name of something. Sad is what? Name of something. Happy is name of something. These are names which exist in the universe. So these are those names which we can feel. I can feel them. Okay, if someone is sad, I will say sad. If someone is having some good news, they will be happy. Likewise, if you have not done your lunch or dinner or breakfast and it's too late, then you will be hungry. Okay, you will be hungry. At the same time, if you will not get something which someone promised you, you will be angry. Okay, so these are the feelings which you can feel, which you can sense, but you cannot touch physically. Okay, so all those words, all those names will be categorized under abstract nouns. Okay, so we can feel, but can't touch. So these are those things which we can feel but we can't touch them. Okay, so they will be categorized under abstract noun. So in this lecture, till now we covered what is noun, name of anything, any person, place, thing or idea. Types of noun, there are 5 types of noun: proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material and abstract noun. Then we understood their different definitions and examples. Now we will be moving to 2 more categories. In some books, in some of your syllabus of your exam, sometimes there are 2 more categories mentioned. So let's cover them as well. So in few books or somewhere you can find out these 2 types as well. One is your countable noun. You can encounter these 2 terms as well. So let's cover them. Countable noun. Somewhere you can find out this. Second category, uncountable noun. Uncountable noun. So you can find these 2 types as well sometimes. So let's understand them. What are these? So if I will say countable noun, so its name indicate what it's indicating. It is indicating that we can count them. Simple. So these can be counted. These can be what? Counted. We can count them. For example, we will move to that category as well. Just understand this one first. For example, if I will say seconds, ठीक है, seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So I can put the number here in front of this. Before this word, I can put some number. That is countable noun. Now let's move to uncountable noun. Just opposite to this countable noun, uncountable noun will be those nouns, those names which we cannot count, before which we cannot put any number. Okay, we cannot put any numeric value. So these cannot be counted. इसको आप काउंट नहीं कर सकते. Simple. For example, if I will say time, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, you cannot count it. ठीक है. Next, if I will write knowledge, if I will write money, so we cannot say 2 knowledge, 3 knowledge, 4 knowledge. Likewise, I cannot say 2 money, 3 money, 4 money, 5 money. I cannot put the number before this. Sometimes we used to say 2 times. That is right in spoken, but that is incorrect in English. You cannot put any number before this time. Okay, that is grammatically incorrect. So there are a few things which we can use in spoken English, but we cannot use in grammatical, or you can say written English in your exam. Otherwise you will lose the marks. So in spoken it is totally okay, but if you will write down in your exam, it will be incorrect. Okay, so be very careful while writing the things. Written English is different, spoken English is different in few topics. Okay. Next, third difference. This is not enough. There are a few more differences which you should know. Now, next difference is, for countable nouns, you can use article a, n. There are 3 articles, if you know. Otherwise you don't have to worry, because we are going to cover this topic in the upcoming lectures, this part as well. So for now, just remember one thing: there are three articles, a and the. Out of those three, a or n can be used with the countable noun, and the article will be used with the uncountable noun. Simple. There are total three articles. Three articles are there. What are those articles? A and the. Sorry. So the will be used with the uncountable. A and n will be used with the countable noun. So I hope the difference is very clear. So this is about countable, uncountable noun. There are one more difference which is very important, one or two. One is there, so which is useful for this topic. So we are going to cover that as well. So fourth one. So I will be erasing this, and next you have to continue it. Okay, write down in continuation. Write down in continuation. We cannot erase it completely, so we have to be selective, because I want to use this partition wala thing. So we will be erasing some selective part. Okay. So fourth difference, three you already discussed and you understood here. Now let's come to the fourth difference. Fourth difference is what? What is fourth one? ये आपका erase हो गया है. So let's refill it first. Okay. चलो. So come back again and understand the fourth difference. So in case of countable noun, you can use singular. This countable noun can be singular as well as plural. Why so? Because I can put the numbers here, and all those things which I can count, which I can put number 1, 2, 3, 4. There will be singular if one person or one thing is there. If more than one objects are there, it will be plural. So if I will use singular countable noun, I will be using singular verb. Verb कैसा यूज होगा? I will be using singular verb. Simple. We will be discussing examples also, don't worry about that. If I will be using plural countable noun, I will be using plural verb. For example, understand the difference first. If I will say just if you, and in fact go for that clear example which will be more clear for you. If I will say there are 10 students. If I will say there are 10 students, वहाँ पे कितने students हैं? 10 students. If there are 10 students, in another case, if I will use plural verb in the same case, or plural countable noun, so I can count the student. They can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will write 10 students. Now, if I will use singular case, okay, I am writing this page for last time. I am writing this page for the last time. Now, for the last time. Now, in this case, you will be observing one thing, that this time is given. Time word is given. So, if I will use such word, what you observed here, I used this term the. So, article the will be used here because time was the example of uncountable noun. So, this example is having your term or noun which is an example of uncountable noun. So, you can utilize this example here as well. Now, come to this side. Okay, come here on this side. In case of uncountable noun, you will always be using what? You will always be using singular noun, singular verb. So, you will always be using singular verb. ठीक है, you will always be using singular verb. For example, knowledge is the best earning. If I will say knowledge is the best earning, this is E, okay, EARNING. Knowledge is the best earning. So I utilized, or I have written this term knowledge here. Knowledge is an example of or type of or member of uncountable noun which we cannot count. If I will use this term, or if I will use uncountable noun, I have to use what? I have to use singular verb here. I have to use singular verb because this is the rule. We have to remember this rule. Okay, I cannot use are because it will be plural. So I have to use singular verb after all the uncountable nouns. Okay, so this was about countable and uncountable noun. Now we will be discussing a few more rules which are related to your noun. Okay, so we will be covering around 20 to 22 rules, okay, one by one, which will help you to solve all the questions which are related to noun or some error spotting questions. In your exam you will get some sentences which will be given, and above the sentence one statement will be given. Which part, your question will be like this: which part of the given sentence is having the error? Which part of the given sentence is having the error? The statement will be given. Now the question, the sentence will be given. The sentence will be given. For example, if I will say that no news is good news, if I will say no news is good news, then this sentence will be divided into different parts. In last, no error will be given. So you will be having this part. First part of the sentence will be number 1. Then second part, third part, and this is fourth part. So the sentence will be given and it will be divided into 4 parts, out of which you have to identify the mistake or error if there is in this sentence, and you have to select that number. So question is, which part of the given sentence is having the error? कहाँ पे mistake है? Where is error? So you read this sentence, no news is good news. क्या लिखा हुआ है? That there are many news, but out of which no news is good news. Nothing is good news. So no news is good news. If the sentence is having some error, for example, why this is used in this sentence? Because news is one of those nouns which will be having S. What is this? S is given, and what is fitted in our mind, what we usually think, if some word is having S used with them, then they are plural. This is the common feeling which we are having since our childhood, but this is not applicable with all the nouns, all the names. News is the example of those names. News is having S written here at the end, but it does not make it plural. News is singular, that's why this is verb is used. Okay, so this is just an example, otherwise you have to be very careful while finding out the error. So this topic will help you to find out the error in such sentences. Okay, so let's cover the rule one by one. Let's cover the rule one by one. So we will be erasing this part only. So we will be erasing this lower part only, and we will be covering the very first rule of your noun, which will, okay, why we are doing these rules? Rules are just like the formula of your maths. In maths we used to find out and remember some formula, memorize some formula which we can use in the exam whenever we encounter any question numerical. Same way, rules will help you to solve the questions from English language. If you know the rule, you know the rules of English grammar, that I have to write in this sequence, I have to use this word after this, I cannot use this word with this. So rules will help you to make your English grammatically correct. Okay, so right now we are covering the rules related to noun. So first rule is there are a few words which always have S written after them. We cannot remove this S to make them singular. Okay, so these words which are having S written with them, and we cannot remove that S in any situation, so these words will be plural always. Understand the difference. These words will be plural always. Every single word is having its own meaning. If I will not use always, it means it will change the meaning. If I will not use this always, it will change the meaning of this whole line. If always is not written, my statement will convey the message that they can be plural or they can be singular as well. But if I will use this always, it means these words which I will be writing here right now, this will always be plural, they cannot be singular. So every word in the definition is having its own meaning. So you have to be very careful while using each and every term in your definition. Okay, so we have written that there are a few words which always have S written after them. We cannot remove that S to make them singular. Okay, so these words will be plural always. What are those words? Let's know them. What are those words? Let's write down them one by one. For example, let's start from the very first one. Pants, seizures, tongs, pajamas, shorts, spectacles, the eyesight wale glasses, spectacles, goggles, sunglasses, pliers. Electrician use this instrument, pliers, to tighten some screw or something. Tongs. What is tongs? Tongs is the kitchen instrument which we use to make chapatis.